The Bam Cam. Bam Adebayo had 16 points in the first half, was one off his playoff career high with 31 in the game. Also had 10 rebounds, 6 assists as well. Miami Heat take a 2-1 series lead over the Boston Celtics. Zeke, we talked about it before the game. Bam Adebayo, where has he been? And he showed up in a big way when they needed him most.
Not only did he show up, but you can see in the first half they were actually going to him. Every time there was a mismatch, they went to him. They put the ball in his hands, cleared the flow out. He had room to operate. He had room to work with. And, Boston, and this is like a league philosophy. A league philosophy says defensively, if we got a defensive player and an offensive player, we're okay. And they'll go with some mismatches, thinking that you won't take advantage of the mismatches. Mm-hmm. Well, what Miami did specifically tonight is every time Bam had a mismatch, they went against the league philosophy and said, no, we're not going to shoot a three-point. We're going to throw the ball inside and let Bam do his thing. And then he took over and he got involved.
3D, no Jimmy Butler in the second half, and you could sense that the Heat were in trouble. Even though they were up as much as 26, we're starting to look at the largest comebacks in playoff history and that sort of thing. But Bam weathered the storm. That shot he hit as we came into this show, he shot 9 times in the first quarter. He took 5 shots a game in the first 2 games in this series.
So to hear Bam say, I need to be more aggressive, knowing that opportunity is going to be there. The first quarter, they're on fire, 39 points as a team. But to your point, Chris, Bam said, opportunity, double team's not coming. Look at the patience. That's a good hand by Al Horford. Guess what? I gather myself, I get the ball back in my hands, I shoot the ball with confidence. Once again, the Miami Heat, to your point, Zeke, normally go away from the mismatch? No, that's the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart. But still stay patient. Watch how you use the ball fake. Yes, you get him off the ground, now you're shooting over a chair, big time move in the paint. So now Bam says, guess what? My teammates know I'm hot tonight. They know I'm being more aggressive. That don't mean I have to shoot, Chris. That means I be more aggressive. I keep my eyes open. That's how you get 6 assists, big assists, getting layups for your teammates, because we all know when the ball goes through the net, we get more confidence. Now defensive boards, under control, I'm running the floor, somebody falls down. I don't think the ball touches the floor, Zeke. That's a coach's dream, from a rebound and go fast break, the ball don't touch the floor. That's big time secondary break. Same thing here, a couple dribbles, not too many 6'10" kids, under control, finishing in transition. So Bam, I don't know who you talk to, but you brought it tonight. Yeah. Now you got to bring it again the next game.
Look at your screen and just look at the yellow. This is the player that they got when they played the Boston Celtics in 2020 in the playoffs. He averaged 21, 11, and 6 in that series.
I can't emphasize this enough. Again, philosophically, the league believes that when you switch, right, as long as you have a man on body, man on ball, right, you're okay, because philosophically the league believes that you will not take advantage of the mismatches. And every night we talk about mismatches, but the league philosophically doesn't believe in taking advantage of mismatches. Well, Miami tonight went against league philosophy and said, we're going to stop, we're going to take advantage of mismatches, and when Bam has the defensive player of the year, Marcus Smart, on his back, but Bam is 6'10", 6'11", and Marcus Smart is 6'2", we call that a mismatch. They say, you know what? Stop, slow down. Here you go, Bam. And for the first half and throughout this game, they took advantage of the mismatches.
Mouse in the house is what you call it.
Yeah, get that cheese.
Well, Jimmy Butler did not play in the second half. We know he's been the star and the reliable player for the Miami Heat, according to reports that he's not expected to miss the next game. Knee soreness. 3D, what do you make of Jimmy Butler not playing in the second half?
Well, it lets me know that Coach Spo's bench is deeper than we give it credit for. Think about it. Tyler Hero didn't shoot the ball away. He's 3 of 14 from the field. You're still able to hold down.
Did not play in the fourth quarter either.
Right, so you're able to hold down the fort. Different guys come off the bench and step up. So sometimes we look at the stat sheet, we look at all the gaudy numbers. For me tonight, the Miami Heat won that game in the first quarter, and they were able to weather the storm as the Boston Celtics were making a run. You get a stop, Kyle Lowry and Victor Oladipo still at the very end of the game. Little stuff like that helps you weather the storm and get you a big win. One of your star players get hurt.
Now, you said a great start to the game. Historic.
Yeah.
It's the largest first quarter deficit that the Boston Celtics have ever had in the playoff game. They were down by 21 after one. Now, think about all the games that have been played in Boston for that to happen. Zeke, I know you love defense, so we're going to go to you on this.
Come on, look at that. I mean,
19 steals, a new franchise record for the Heat.
19 steals, and every time that Boston made a turnover, Miami took advantage and was in the open court scoring the basketball. And again, defense wins championships. And 3D, when you talked about Lowry and you talk about Oladipo at the end of the game, right? You're talking about two defensive stoppers, you know, who have that reputation. Lowry started the game. He started the game with a steal. He started the game making sure that everybody was set up. Switched out one time, was guarding Horford in the post, right? Snuck around him, got a steal. They didn't score on it, but he set the tone defensively and offensively. And how did he do that? It's just by making sure everybody was in place. And then when Boston was starting to make a run, what did he do? He came off a screen, knocked down the shot, settled everything back down. His leadership was on point tonight.
Hey, you mentioned Kyle Lowry, also P.J. Tucker. These were two guys that were questionable this week. Lowry missed the first two games of this series. They combined for 27 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. But like you said, 3D, it was a lot of heart, a lot of effort plays from those two veterans that really set the tone above what we saw in the box score.
Yeah, we were speculating, but I don't think deep down inside we never thought P.J. Tucker wasn't going to play tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We in the media now, we say that, they're saying all the right things, but we've seen P.J. Tucker the last 4 or 5 years, unless something's really broken, you know, a limb is broken, he's going to play. And to that toughness, he made shots tonight, 5 of 10. I've always given him credit for a guy that wants to do all the dirty work, rebound, play defense, not take shots. Well, Jimmy Butler goes down. He needed a couple of those threes tonight. He needed a couple of those shots to go in because you know he's going to play defense.
Yeah, we should also note Jason Tatum, 3 for 14 from the field, just 10 points. See how he'll bounce back, as we've seen him do it before. Ime Udoka, head coach of the Boston Celtics, is available now.
All right, open up for questions for Coach.
Ime, I know it's not one guy in a game like this, but what leads to a night like this for Jason, and how do you just try to shake him out of a funk when he gets in one this big?
Well, understanding how they're going to guard him. Just had a big game, in game 2, and all they talked about was physicality, being embarrassed at home, and that's what we spoke up about, not being caught off guard or complacent or content with getting a win at their place, and understanding how they're going to guard guys, be physical, and we didn't match that from the start. It looked like we were, you know, kind of wilting to the pressure and started complaining to the refs, and it took us out of the game from the start. But disappointing to come out that flat